What's up, everyone? So, the day I am posting it, it is my birthday. I am recording this before my birthday because on my birthday, I'm going to be at an airport, so I'm not going to have the signal to send this out or record it. So, yeah, I just decided to do it before I left because it's going to be my 15th birthday. I am going to be able to get my permit soon. And then next year, I will be able to drive to all the movies I watch. But speaking of movies, I got to go through every movie, my favorite movie from every year since I was born. So yeah. So the year before I was born, was The Dark Knight. Well, yeah, that came out was The Dark Knight. I really loved this film. It was just so great. Heath Ledger's performance, Christian Bale. I loved the whole Batman universe with Christopher. My Christopher Nolan directing. I just loved all of it. It was really great, and I really just loved this universe. But for when I was born, before I even had an age, uh, uh, was Zombieland. I just love this franchise movies thing. I just love it. It's just really great franchise, and I thought the second one was okay, but I really enjoyed the first one a lot. But for my first year, my favorite movie for that 2010 is Toy Story 3. I just love the Toy Story 3. It's my favorite anime movie of all time, and for the deadline, it came down to this and Despicable Me as my favorite anime movie, and they both came out the same year. So 2010 was a good year for anime movies. But at number, but when I was two, my favorite movie is Real Steel. Hugh Jackman's performance, the visuals in this, Sean Levy's direction, everything in this movie was great, and I loved it. And there's supposed to be a sequel, but I think it's kind of late for a sequel now. But yeah, yeah. But for my three, I had Dark Knight Rises. uh, Dark Knight Rises. I love the Dark Knight franchise. Well, the Batman franchise with that. And Bane as Bane was great, and this was a great ending. The ending usually has me tear up every time. With the airplane scene. But at number four, my favorite when I was four, my favorite movie of all time dropped. Prisoners. I love this film. Jake Gyllenhaal does a great performance. Hugh Jackman does a great performance. Everyone in this movie does a great performance. Dennis Villeneuve does a great. I think this was his first like American direction film in like Hollywood. He did great direction with this. I loved this film. It was just great from start to finish. Kept you on the edge of your seat. Made it like really pacing. Really like you're like, ooh, what's gonna happen? It just kept you on the edge of your seat all the time. At number five, I got the first Marvel movie I watched in theaters, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. So it's held a good place in my heart for a long time. And it's also just a great movie on its own because it's just great. Captain America is just a great character, and I'm glad that this is how I started it. And yeah, this was just a great movie with some great fight scenes in it. At number six, this is a hot take, but Pixels. This was my favorite movie for like the longest time because I just love the 80s, and this is what got me into the 80s. And I love Adam Sandler's comedy and stuff, and I just loved all this stuff. And for 2016, when I was seven, is Captain America: Civil War. Another one I watched in theaters. I wasn't for sure if I watched Pixels in theater. Kind of iffy on that one. But I just loved the like fighting in this film, like the inside fight, like between the Avengers. And at but when I was 8, another great film dropped, Logan, starring Hugh Jackman, and he just gave a great performance in this one. Can't wait to see him in Deadpool and Wolverine. Deadpool and Wolverine. Deadpool movies missed it by a slight margin. Like, they were both my second contenders for the years that they were in. In 2016, I had to really measure that down because I had like most of them, like 15% or 20% of my top 50 is 2016 movies. So I had to measure that down for that one. 2017 is just Logan just kind of stole year. I always saw like the posters at movie theaters, and I'm like, I wonder what that movie is. And then I watched it a couple years ago after I watched most of the X-Men movies, and I'm like, dang, that was a good movie. And then when I was 9, it came my second favorite movie of all time, Avengers: Infinity War. Just the visuals, the story, the performances, the direction, just everything. This is what made me for sure. I loved Marvel movies. I love movies. This drew me in, and I couldn't deny it. It's just a great movie. But going to my double digit year, which took a whole year from the part 1 of this saga to part 2, is Avengers Endgame. I turned double digits in the second one, so that makes it sound like it took a long time to make it, like Avatar long. But I just loved how they captured the story and how they about made it better than the Infinity War. I still prefer Infinity War a little bit because the time travel parts in this got kind of weird, but I still loved it so much, this movie. And the final battle for like 45 minutes was just great. But at 11, the year of the COVID, which not a lot of great films came out, I thought, but we got Bad Boys for Life. This is my second favorite Bad Boys movie behind Ride or Die. I just love the performances. I mean, it's kind of crazy, like some of the stuff that they did, but I just loved it. And then for 2021, these are like my 3 and 4, so I had to put them both on here. I couldn't decide because Spider-Man No Way Home is my 3 and Free Guy's my 4, but like it's like they're competing for each other on the spot, so I couldn't like reject one of them. So yeah, I got Spider-Man No Way Home. Great to see Toby, Andrew, everyone back in this film. All the villains back. Just a true Spider-Man thing for the fans. Free Guy I love the soundtrack, love the story, love Ryan Reynolds in it, love everyone in the cast. Just both of these films are great. Sometimes I both ask myself, are both of these my favorite movies of all time? But they're my 3 and my 4, so yeah. But then for 2022, a lot of people's favorite movie, Top Gun Maverick. It did everything from the first, made it better, in my opinion. Just great. I loved it. And yeah, just some crazy stuff happened in this. But for the movie I watched like the most movies in the year. But yeah, for 2023, this is when I started my channel. I started the whole movie fandom thing. But my favorite movie was FNAF. Didn't play the games, just loved the like kind of jump scares in this. Weren't really that scary that much, but I'm not a fan of horror that much. But I love Josh Hutcherson's performance. He kind of carried with his performance, but they just did great with all this. But as of now, for my favorite movie of 2024 is Fly Me to the Moon. It could get replaced by Twisters, Deadpool, Gladiator. Any of the movies coming out the rest of the year could beat it, but we'll have to see. But I just really love this film. The performances were great. The chemistry was great, and I loved the space, so I had to put it at my number 1, in my opinion. But yeah, I just loved all these films, and yeah. But that was my favorite movies for every year I've been born. Yeah. But yeah, this is me speaking to you from when I'm 14. The next time that I may record a video will be when I'm 15, when I watch Deadpool and get my review to that, because hopefully I have my Twisters review out by now. But yeah. But thank you guys for watching. And thank you guys for supporting my channel. You really helped a lot with me. And thank you for being there for me and supporting the content. Thank you for watching this. And hope you all have a good day. See you guys later.